Okay, so just to give you an idea of what you're going to be doing, this is Math Models Applications. We're in Unit 1. You are going to click on that link, then come down here to Unit 1B, Regression Models, click that link. Go into where it says Regression Assignment, click that link. And then come down here to where it says Quadratic Regression Assignment. There is some other instructions that you would want to do. Make sure that you can find your folders really easily. So click on the yellow link, wait for this to redirect. Take it a few seconds. All right, we have here where it says Quadratic Regression Assignment. Make sure it will have your email in there. Make sure you have your name in there at the bottom as well. Go to next. Now what we're going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of all of this stuff in there from before. That you have this as a reference. All right, let's go to here. All right, we're going to take this table. We're going to create a graph of the points using a Desmos graphing calculator for the table that is attached to this table right here. It will support a PDF or an image. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click the plus tab. And I'm going to go to Desmos graphing calculator. So if you type in DESMOS, it should bring up Desmos graphing. Click on that, or it'll take you to Desmos graphing. Click on that. It will open this up. I'm going to click this window here so I can stack my windows. And I'm going to do that by dragging this one out. And I'm going to drag this one out. And so what you can do is you can actually stack these. There's one, and then I want the other one that's Desmos. Where can Desmos will go to? I have to go hunting for it. Let's see, there's Desmos. There we go. And that one can go over on the opposite side. I don't want them to be the same size, so I can do this. All right, once you get Desmos and your file open, we're going to click this Add Item. Since this is a table, we're going to add a table. And we're just going to fill in the data. -6, enter. -5, enter. Now, I see that it already had filled in -4. We're going to go to -3, -2, -1, and 0, so it matches our table over here. I see a 1, 4, back up, 7, 8, 7, back up, 4, and 1. Okay, there is my data. There's my data that I want. We want to make a screen snipping of this. So for yours, you are going to go down to about where the time is going to be down in that lower right-hand corner. That's where your time is located. And you're going to click on that. It's going to bring up a context menu that's going to say screen capture. That's what you're going to do. For me, I have to go to my snipping tool. So to do something like this, I want just this area. I do want some of the I want the 2 axes and some of the values that show what's going on with it. Okay, so there's my snipping tool. I'm going to mark up and share. Back over here. All right, for yours, down here at the bottom will be a thing that says delete or edit. You're going to click edit. Then you are going to look on this side over here for 3 vertical dots. One horizontal. And that's so that we can come over here and click. You're going to see Save As. You can also press Control S as this thing is showing. So if I press Control S, Control by S, it should bring up a context menu. It's going to say, where would you like to have this thing saved? What I want to do is I want to go to VISD's drive. So my Google Drive. We'll go to My Drive. And I want to go to the current year. 2026. This is math models. I've got MMA 1, got Unit 1, and I've got one that's called Quadratic Regression Assignment. I already have a thing in there. I'm going to go ahead and just delete that really quickly. Actually, I'm going to call this one. It is 11.5. So we're going to do P1, which stands for period 1. 11, let's see, problem 1. And that will save nicely. Okay, so I'm going to close this, get this out of the way. So that is in there. I'm going to come down here where it's going to say add file. Click add file. We're going to go to my drive. And I'm going to be looking for 2024, 2025, current year. There we go. Okay, and I'm looking for math models. MMA-1, Unit 1, Quadratic Regression Assignment. I'm looking for the one that says Period 1, Problem 1. And then we're going to insert. Now, when I, as a teacher, go to grade this, I will be clicking on that. And remember that I put the little yellow thing on there because you just saw that we did that. All right. So once we finish with that, you can go ahead and close out the problem 1, which says that we're going to determine the regression model. We are going to round to 4 decimal places. So how we do that is over here. There is that underneath the 1, there is the add regression. Click it. By default, it will be linear. We can see that linear doesn't fit the data very well here. Change it to quadratic. Also because our assignment says quadratic. There it is. There's our equation. We're going to just take and copy that. Press Control C, copy. And in 2, we're going to do Control V. Now I can see that most of these are more than 4 decimal places long. So after the decimal, I'm just going to move over 4. All right, 1 decimal, 2 decimals, 3, 4 decimals. 0 will make it, will not round it up. So we are going to hit delete, delete. And we got next thing, same thing. So 1 decimal, 2 decimals, 3 decimals, 4 decimals. 3 will not round it up, so we're just going to delete it. 1 decimal, 2 decimals, 3 decimals, 4 decimals. 0 will not round it up, so we're going to delete, delete. Okay, there is our equation. Now, I can't see the whole thing, which I want a screen snipping of because I want a file. If you're wondering why I want a file, you can either resize it, or if you don't want to resize it, if you just press the Control and the subtraction key, so Control minus, it will resize it so that this font will get smaller. You might want to change it, just move it over just a little bit. I just need to see the equation. Come over to your to the process of doing the snipping again. So click. I just want this right here. And I want to save it. So I'm going to do Control S. Bring up that context. And it remembers what folder I was in. So I'm going to do P1. 1, 2. Hit save. I'll come over here to tell it add the file. I'm going to go to my drive. In current year. Some of these it will stay where you were just at. Others it will not. Okay, I want period 2. There it is. Insert it. Okay, we're going to predict the value of y when x is 35. So if we have x, we can use the table. Now, not this table, because this table was created from the data. We don't have a live table, but we will have a live table if we come up here to where it says Edit Table, Edit List. So we're going to click that. There is our table from our live equation that we just put in. Click that. And you can just come down here to the bottom and then just start hitting delete, 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 and delete. Take those all out. Go back into the table. That's still work. And then I'm going to make the X a 35. Let's make this bigger. 35. And it shows that my answer is negative 1092.56.46. All right, so I'm going to take a snipping of that. So same thing. Snip it out. And make a folder of it. Okay. All right. What it did. Let's go up here and do a new one. And hit save. This is going to be P1 problem 3. P1. I'm going to add the file. And she go to my drive. And then go to current year. 2026 math models. Again, yours is usually will stay open so that we can actually see this. And I'm looking for problem 3. There it is. Let's insert. So that's going to be the basic process. Now this one does not have a file upload, but we have X. And when we have X, we're going to use the table. So just come over to the table, type in 8.5, and then we have the information there. So just copy it by highlighting it, Control C, and then Control V. There is our answer. All right, now it says predict the value of X when Y is 0.7619. We will have 2 answers. So in this case, when we have Y, and not X, when we're looking for X, we're going to say Y equals, and we want 0.7619, and press enter. We have a line that just was created. It's that blue line right there. I'm just going to change it to red so you got to actually see as it goes. Let's zoom in on that. I'm going to bring this over so it's not taking up as much space. And what we want to do is we want to just click that point right there, which is negative 6.1. I know that seems a little silly, but it is. If we go down just a little bit, there we go. 6. Grab that, do Control C, bring it over here, Control V, and what we want to do is click label. Do the same over here. We want to click where they intersect, and we're going to copy it. C, Control V. We're going to label it. Now we're going to make sure that that actually matches negative 6. And as you can see, it does give us 76.19. And we'll put in 0. Same thing, 76.19. So you can take a snipping of the entire screen if you want to show that I have 3 different representations, which is what I'm going to do. All right, copy. No, I don't know. Okay, grab these 2. That's not down far enough. Okay. So I don't want that one. What? There we go, because I want to see the tape. Of course, that's going to be in the way. 6 and 0, and that's not down far enough. And this is where you would be deleting your item. So I'm just going to come over here, grab and drag. I'm going to say that is problem 4. So Control S. 1. Problem. Save. Add the file. And then we are going to just upload my drive here. One. Math 1. Unit 1. Quadratic Regression. And go. Okay. Now on the second page, or second file, you don't need to add anything as long as you have 1. I did put it that you could put up to 5. So now we got one more. Predict the value of X when Y is negative 41.14. You will have 2 answers. This is an open-ended question. So again, we're going to do y equals negative 41.4. Should have 2 points there. I need to resize this or reset it. Click here. I'm just going to grab that and highlight it. You Control C, you Control V, and I can see that negative 10 point, well, it's actually, hello, just come down here, double click on this. Well, maybe not. Just highlight it. Now press Control C and Control V. And then we're going to put our label on there. We will put our label if I click on it. And then slide this over. The same thing, grab this one, click it. Grab that. Control C. Control V. We want to add its label. And grab this. And just the first. Control C. Control V. All right, we can see that both of them gives us a negative 41.139. Now we can also see that the negative 10.997 is very close to negative 11. And the 4.997 is very close to 5. Those still give us really close values to the 41.14. Actually, just a little bit closer, in my opinion. And they probably will be looking for an integer anyway. So now, this one. I am just going to go ahead and grab my tables here. Oh, I don't need to do that. I just need my values. So I can copy. We can put down 11 and negative 11. And we can put down 5. That would be good. All right, so now when we go to see the next page, we're going to notice that you're going to do the same thing. Create a graph. Round to 4 decimal places. Find the regression model. Round to 4 decimal places. Predict the gas mileage when the speed is 150. Predict the speed when the gas mileage is 30.5. So it's going the other way. And I've noted here how many answers will you need for this one. So if you are looking for the output, the y values, you generally will have 2 answers, like on this one over here. Generally we'll have 2 answers, except for if you are at the vertex, or if they are asking for either the maximum or the minimum. So either one of those. Your x's will always be 1 answer. Your inputs are always 1. But the outputs for quadratic could be a maximum of 2. Generally, we'll have 2. Okay. All right, so then we've got predict the gas mileage, predict the speed. Some of them you're going to add a file. Some of them you're going to type it in. Predict the gas mileage, predict the speed, add a file. So, and then when you're done, you click submit. Okay. That is it.